come on in the building. Let's chat about it if my voice allows me to. I think this fan is going to be too cold. So I'm going to turn it off while y'all stepping up in the building. Yeah, that's more like it. The chili. So tonight, y'all, this is a subject that one of the subscribers wanted me to talk about. And I've been putting it off because every time I want to do it, it's like this topic tonight matters. It should help you generate some wealth, teach you a little bit about investing, making your money make money, the different types of investment firms out there and what they do, the pros and cons of them, the self-employed and how they can invest. What is a 401k? You hear about it all the time if you're in the working world, okay? There are also 401k loans out there generating monthly cash flow. That's what we're going to talk about over here tonight. So I'm just going to take my time because we're talking about shmonies tonight, okay? Now, I don't want to mislead nobody. So by the time you get to the end of this live, I will have told you enough investment firms for you to go out there and find you one that will work for you. Questions. Ask them. I'm going to give you what I know. I've been doing this since I think I started in 79 when I went to Amoco. That was my first 401k. That was the beginning of me making money. Because every dollar that I invested, they matched it dollar for dollar. Doesn't take long for you to build up a little wealth when every 100, just go 100, you put in every paycheck, they matching it 100. You ain't gonna get that nowhere. Not in no bank, not in no credit union. That ain't never in my lifetime. Okay? The 401k is really a retirement plan that you start investing in early. By the time I had hit 40, I had a substantial amount saved up for retirement. You got to remember, I started there when I was 25, 24. Okay? So I'm half the way at 40, and I can see my way being okay at retirement. Thank God I made it. Hello to everyone coming into the chat. Welcome this evening to Chatting with Ms.V. So before we get into talking about your retirement plan, that's really what it is. But like I said, one of the subscribers had asked me if I would talk about this. It's been over a month ago. And I kept writing little stuff down, little information down. I put it away. I come back to it because it's deep. You talking about your money now, okay? You ain't, people don't play when it comes to money, in other words, or they shouldn't. It ain't easy to come by and it ain't easy to keep, especially these days with the cost of living being so high. But it's an interesting topic, and I think we're going to just shed a little light on it. A lot of you may be in the working world where you have retirement plan, and that's a good thing. Please, I strongly suggest if your company that you work for have a retirement plan, please get into the plan. Okay? All right. I had to go and hide someone. Carol Anna, please take the trolls out tonight because I don't want them when I'm trying to read y'all's comments. I don't know who else is in here, but take them out. I don't need those kind of people over here. You know, they always want to come over here with religion every time and question you about religion. Man, get your own soul saved. And that's all I can tell you. Okay, because we're going to stick with the topic over here. And the topic tonight is generating wealth. Okay? Because if you don't do something to do it, don't expect for whoever you coming over here calling on. Thank you, Kara Anna. That's going to generate it for you. You got to get out. Some things in life you got to do for yourself. This is one of them. Investing your money. Getting up off your lazy behind and going and get the money to invest the money. And I want to be perfectly clear before I start this. I'm not advocating in not one of these investment firms as I talk about them, the pros and cons of them. I will tell you, I have been with Fidelity since 79. I will tell you that because that's the one that my company recommended when I was there, and it has worked for me. But it all depends on what type of investments you want to do. And we'll get into that also. In the meantime, let me tell you about my day. So I had another light to come on. Oh, my dashboard is really lighting up these late days. So it was a tire. Remember, I went over and I put some air in it day before yesterday. Well, it came back on again. And I'm like, okay, I ain't going to be running around in the world with this tire. And I get out here and I got to walk somewhere or sit here and wait and call AAA until they get here. So I took some time this morning to run down and get my tire checked. And I went to Discount Tire. And when I drove up in there, it was right at 10 o'clock, my time to come on to talk to y'all. But I had too much on my mind, too much business I had to take care of. And I was like, I just can't get involved with a lot of people right now. I got to take care of this. I got to be back to work at 1. I got to clock in at 1:30, okay? So that's what I did earlier this morning when I didn't come out here. I got the tires all checked and got all of them where they aired up right now. I had run over something. So they got the tire fixed. And they said the treads on the tires were good for another 8,000 miles. Now, they put some kind of little computer on the tire even now. Oh, technology is something else these late days. Yes, it is. They even checked the windshield wipers. Told me they were good. Well, I knew they were good because I had had them changed out back this winter, I think it was. Again, hello to everybody coming into the chat. Last night I didn't come out, even though I told y'all I was coming out, because I told you I was going to pop on when Sharita was doing my hair, the young lady I met in the nail shop. We were getting pedicures, and I admired her hair, and she told me she could do it. Well, that's where I was last night. See, we got a piece of the way, but up here is not finished. So we're going to finish that tomorrow evening because she works a job. This is not her full-time job. This is like, she's licensed, but she has small children and a husband, and she doesn't want to do this full-time right now until her kids are bigger. But she makes a pretty good hustle out of her house. So she got in the back part of it, okay? And we'll finish the rest of it, the top part of it, tomorrow evening when I leave work. All right. So let me go up for a minute and holler at y'all, because Kara Anna says, don't worry about the trolls. She got them. Hey, LaWanda, how you doing? And Audrey, Miss Joy, Elaine, thank you for the roses. Also, another person, I thought I had it out there, but they asked for my Cash App. Please drop my Cash App into the chat. $VEET Brown. And also, my moderators, would you please drop my handle into the chat for those who wanted to subscribe? She also said you should drop your handle into the chat when you come on. So let's continue to do these things. I'm trying to satisfy my subscribers. Okay. That's what you do. All right. Kara Anna is in here modding for me tonight, and I certainly appreciate you. Hey, Shatika, peace and blessings to you always. Let me get this phone over here because I still haven't gotten the case. I went over there to the mall to get the case and never ever been back because I went over there too early. Okay. So I'm gonna try for that this weekend. I also gotta go get an oil change. And some of my sugar wiggles or beautiful butterflies told me to stop going to Jiffy Lube because I was paying too much money over there. See, I learned stuff from y'all too. And go to Walmart. Well, while I was sitting there waiting, doing some paperwork at work today, one of my coworkers and I, who sit together every day, she was telling me she gets hers done at Walmart. And she said, oh, it's much cheaper than that. So Walmart, we going on Saturday to get the oil changed, okay? So that's two things I know I gotta do on Saturday. Yeah. Groovy cap. Y'all have seen this cap before. Now I've worn this cap out here, but it's been a long time ago, so maybe you forgot it. But I don't have no choice because the top of my head is not done. So I had to find something this morning where I could put on a cap and a shirt that matched. So I did. I did that. Thank you, Carla. Let's see. Thank you, Kara Anna, for putting the $ Vieta Brown into the chat. I appreciate that. And also dropping my handle into the chat for those who are in the bushes and would like to come in and subscribe. And thanks to all of you who've already subscribed to the channel. And to just, I don't know if I spoke to you, but good evening, Queen. How you doing? So I go back tomorrow, like I say, to finish the hair. So that's what I've been doing. I just be busy. I'll be wanting to come out. I'll be wanting to talk to y'all. I'll be wanting to bring you some topics. But sometimes my life it gets overwhelming. And I always tell you, I don't know how these content creators have all this time to come out here 3, 4, 5 times a day. Ain't no way I would ever get anything done, working or not working. I didn't do it when I wasn't working. The best I could do when I wasn't working was come out once in the morning, once in the evening, and bring you a different topic. If y'all know, or if they know, what would you could y'all please tell me? Because things come up lacking when I don't take care of my business. They do. All right. So let's get into tonight's topic, which one of the subscribers want to talk about the 401k. That's specifically what she asked me to talk about. So I'm going to start off with, I told y'all I had invested in Fidelity Investments. And according to the research, I find it is one of the best overall with low fees and a range of investment options. Now, you do know when you take your money up there, or they take it out of your paycheck, depending on whether you are self-employed and putting your own money in there, or whether you are working for a company and they're taking it out of your paycheck. To me, that was the best thing shaking for them to take it out of my paycheck, because I didn't miss it, because I never saw it. It never came home. And before I knew it, I had built up a pretty good portfolio. And was able to walk away from there pretty comfortable after 20 years. Yeah. And knew that I would be all right at retirement, regardless of the situation and the weather. Who knew that I would be alone, single? I never thought I would be. I thought I would be living happily ever after with somebody. Didn't happen that way. but it is what it is. And I'm perfectly content, at peace with it, financially stable. I can take care of my own, working or not working, with a man or without a man. So, every time you go into one of the investment firms, there are going to be some fees associated. That's one of the first things that you're going to have to figure out along the way. Are they too high? The fees. So they're saying that Fidelity has the lowest fees and a range of investment options. And I agree. I know that to be a fact. You can also invest when you're self-employed. You don't have to just sit around and say, I got to just save my money, save my money. You may be saving it, but you're not making nothing on it. If you just sticking it into a bank, you're not making no money on your money. You got to go into one of the investment firms that we'll talk about tonight, and you have got to come up with some options. You and your investment person that you'll be talking to, and what is going to be the best for you. Everybody is going to be different because of your financial wealth or your financial gain, how much you can invest or are willing to invest, and can you live without this money, because there will be penalties also if you pull this money out too early. 59 and a half when I retired, before you got penalized, and they take a big chunk of your money. You can do cash deferred, or you can let them take the taxes out at the time. I did half and half because I didn't know what a tax base would be when I got to retirement on the money. So I'm like, well, at least I won't be paying all these taxes back, because you'd have to wait till you 65 to get in a lower tax bracket taking this money out. So it's kind of hard, and I know it is for a lot of you who are younger, to be socking money back for that day and don't even know if you're going to make it. That's just one of the chances. But if you don't and you have children, you have built generational wealth. Think about it that way. You have to, when you're an entrepreneur, you have to learn how to manage your own retirement plan. You could get the same or similar investment benefits as an entrepreneur. You just have to walk in there and sit down with one of these investment firms and get you an advisor, and y'all talk about it. Be honest with them, build you a portfolio, and it's never too late to start. Maybe if you're past 40, 20, 30, 40, that's when you really should be starting to build. But you still got time. Even if you're 50, even if you're 60, you won't make what you could have made unless you do some real strategic strategies to build this portfolio. But it can be done. I'm not going to say it can't be done. Okay? It can be. But what are you going to need it for? If I'm 70 years old and I've acquired most of the things in life I've already wanted and I already had. See, that's the other thing. Once you get there, it's not too much about money to me these days. Not at all. Health. Money with no health ain't worth a damn. Take it from me. And many others out there who were billionaires will tell you the same thing. If a doctor can't cure it or the Lord can't cure it for you, money ain't no good when you laying there suffering. Yeah. It's just the way it is. Charles Schwab was the best for low fees. Okay. There's also something out there called E-Trade. It had the best for account features. Now I turn the fan off. Now I'm hot. I can't get it right. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. All right. Now if I get cool again, I'm going to grab something and put around me. I ain't turning it off no more. All right. So I was saying the E-Trades were the best for the account features. Okay. There's something called Vanguard. These are investment firms, and I just picked them at random. There are many, many more out there. Some of you may be into other investment firms, okay? Um, Vanguard is best for mutual funds. And there's something I'm not familiar with at all. I just saw it out there, and it is Rocket Solar. And it said it was best for real estate. Now, if you're in the real estate market, you invest into a lot of real estate. I haven't since the 80s. This is something you might want to look into. Okay? Carol Anna says, I've been investing since my 20s, and that's a good thing. You're probably financially stable at this point if you've been investing since your 20s. And your kids are probably just about grown or grown and gone. You're in a good place. Tagistic, good evening, Queen and Chat. I was going to stop by and check up on you, where you've been. Just try to live and take care of me. Got my hair braided last night, like I was saying to Tagistic, and today taking care of the business with the car. I had picked up a nail in a tire, so I had to run over there because I kept having a slow leak. So I ran over the discount tires on my brake, and then I went next door to eat. Um, and they called me when the car was ready. Then I went back over there, and then I had to make another stop. I don't forget where I had to stop, but just taking care of business and trying to get through this as of next week, this last month of school. Okay? Because the kids are tired and they really, really, really are going through some changes. That's the best way I can put it right now. A lot of different emotions coming through every day. And it seems like when one starts, it just sets another one off. So that's where I am. Mentally, physically, yeah, that's where I am. So Fidelity has no regular account fees. There are over 3,300 no transaction fees for mutual funds. And they have plenty of retirement tools, which are options for you to choose from. Okay? Let's see. I have a headache today. No trolls. I can't guarantee that. They're just people with no life, no plans for life. They probably really should be sitting back listening to how to build some generational wealth instead of coming in here with the foolery. But, you know, some days they don't come in. Remember the last live, they didn't come in at all. Somebody picked up on it in the chat. And there are other times they come in with all these old crazy names. And I went down there and I looked at my block list, and I never, ever had that many people I had to block since I've been out here. And they just came up out of nowhere. But I refuse to allow them to take over my chat. Just keep commenting in spite of. Good evening, Alex. How are you? Much love to you also. Good evening to you, Carla. And good evening to you, Deborah Silva. Thank you so much, Carol Anna. All right. Okay. I was asked to put the Cash App in, so there it is, $ Vieta Brown, two E's, Carol Anna, and two T's and an A. Actually, the second E is capped, but on the Cash App, it's just two small E's, two small T's, and an A. Okay, thank you. And that's the handle if anybody in the bushes or any trolls want to subscribe, okay? I think you have to subscribe as a troll to even get off in here, but I appreciate you. All right. So some of the cons are some users may want stronger active trading tools, which are options to invest their money into. There is no electronic deposit for contributions, and this is with Fidelity. You have to physically send it to them some kind of way through bank account, walk it in. They don't have that. Why in this day and time? I don't know. It's a great choice for fee conscious investors. It is the top overall pick, and that would be Fidelity. Like I say, I'm not advocating any of these to you because I don't know what you are needing to invest in. Because I found that Rocket Scholar, which is a real estate option for investing. So, you're going to have to go in and sit down and pick out which one works for you. Hey, Marjorie. Hey, Miss Alex. Thank you for coming in. Cheryl P. If you'd like to donate to the channel, Super Chat, Super Stickers are available. And also Super Thanks after the live is over. You can also donate to Cash App $, 2 E's, 2 T's, and an A. Okay? That's Vieta. To subscribe to the channel, hit the link. I appreciate that. Hello, Miss Aretha. How are you? Alice is pushing the channel, baby. Memberships are available. It is not required, but it is greatly appreciated. And I appreciate you too, Alex. You can also obtain a badge by clicking the join button. Thank you kindly. Okay. So, I was talking about Fidelity and the cons about them. There are also no trading commissions. So you got to look at all these fees too when you go out there to these different brokerages and find out, wait a minute, how much of my money am I going to be investing? How much are you going to be taking? There are also no opening or closing fees. You see, I just named quite a few fees right there. No trading commissions, fees for opening and closing. Whatever they're doing with your money for that day, they got to open it up and they got to close it to do anything. All right. This one, Fidelity, was good for small businesses also. And I told you, entrepreneurs can also go in and get a similar plan to those who are working in the working world. And they don't have to pay fees. The entrepreneurs don't. So that's a plus if you got a business. All right. If you want to level up your investment plan, you can tap into the retirement plan. That's all a 401k is a retirement, or it should be money that you are investing for your retirement. Okay. There are also retirement calculators out there. They're not going to be accurate, but they're going to be within the ballpark. There are apps out there, and you can also go and get an education from different resources that they have out there that are available to help you improve your retirement strategy. Hold on. Throat dry. Hold on. Never fails. It's my girlfriend from South Carolina calling. We were flight attendants together. Some of the inconveniences are the lack of an option to contribute electronically. Like I was saying, I don't know why in this day and time you can't deal with them or go in and use an electronic device to move your money around. I think that's something that's lacking with them. They need to really take a look at that, because you could be out the country trying to invest. You could be in another state other than the state you started their portfolio in. So there are going to be a lot of competitors out there. But like I'm going to tell you while we're going through this, be careful and listen and ask questions and take notes if you have to. Research shows that there are more positives than negatives in making an overall best pick. So it's saying either way you go, as long as you're putting your money in there and it's making money, there ain't no negative to it. The only way it could be a negative if you're taking your hard-earned money and you putting it in there and you're not making what they said that you were going to make, ballpark, because nobody can never tell you the exact amount. You don't know what the stocks are going to do if you get into stocks or mutual funds or index funds. You don't know until it happens. And it changes every day, 2 or 3 times a day sometimes. Welcome to all of you that are coming in. I appreciate you. Hello, Keisha. You have Fidelity also, Miss Aretha. I found it to be very good. Like I say, I started in it in 1979. And they are very, very nice. And even though I've changed advisors a couple of times, they're very well educated and can break it down where you can really understand it. To just as saying, my plan is to retire in my hometown, Africa, so I save small amount there. Okay. And you'll probably live quite well there because the cost of living is going to be cheaper than living here. Yeah. You're not going to spend as much money on frivolous things like you would do here. Well, Canada is not too much difference, and it's just as expensive or even more than the USA, and that's where Tajista lives. Carol Anna is saying the children are grown and they're on their own. Also suggests that they start investing in their retirement. That's a good thing. Well, good evening, Miss Carolyn. Glad to see you. Miss Carolyn, I think I told y'all, had a surgery on her hand, so she's been out for a while, but she's been listening and tuning in. So I'm glad you were able to make it into the chat tonight. Just waking up, okay? Ain't a bad thing. When you sleep, you ain't got no problems, Carolyn. Glad to see you. Okay. It's been 10 years since I started saving, says Tajisi. It's not the amount I plan to have, but I know I can do it going forward. Yeah, you're no different than me or a lot of other people. You start out with a husband, and it's like everything is cut in half. His salary, his insurance, if you had yours, and his. But you can still do it on your own. Yes, you can. Uh-huh. Um, so with Charles Schwab, it's a top choice out there also. Okay, I get back to you. For low fees. No opening or closing fees, just like Fidelity. No maintenance fees as well. And no commission trades for stocks and ETFs. No transaction fees. So basically, that's going to be their competitor. Okay? Customers also use advisors, just like they do with Fidelity. And Schwab has an intelligent portfolio with no extra fees. Now, I didn't get deep enough off into it to find out what the intelligent portfolios are, but if you are interested in investing with them, I would find out. The pros of using Charles Schwab would be basically the same as Fidelity, except a no robo advisor. Have no clue. All right, sounds like a computer advisor. That's what Charles Schwab doesn't have, except a no robo advisor. Some of the cons are no solo 401k, high fees for some types of trade. You don't want that because that's taking your money out. They making you money, but they taking your money in the meantime also. I pay into Fidelity every 2 weeks, so you're paying through your paycheck. It comes out of my pay. My job matches. You got the same plan that I had. And you can see it building. Yes. Good evening, Rez. Everyone in the chat. I hope you're all doing well. We are. Thank you for coming in, Rez. Carol Anna said, Miss Aretha, that's the best way. And I have to agree with both of you ladies. It was the best for me because I never would have taken that much money out of my check. They gave us a percentage that we could actually take out of our check and put it in, and then they would match it dollar for dollar. And when you really make money is when your stock plan with your company goes up and split a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1, meaning they're going to match it 2-for-1. Every dollar is $2 for that $1 or $3 for that $1. You'll see it flying up then. But you just got to be careful with the stocks because they can be very volatile. You got to buy low and sell high. What I mean is, if you're buying a Walmart stock, and I'm just throwing some figures out there, and it's $20 a share, that's a low. If you sell it at $80 a share, you just made $60 on every share of stock you have in there. Multiply and do the math. That's what you made, minus the fees that they took out. Okay. I'm just making sure I'm caught up with all of my comments here. Support the channel. Ms.V is headed for 6K and puts back donations to her giveaways. And I do thank you. And I'm glad y'all saw that and appreciate that. Hey, Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo, where's your Mars stick? Thank you for coming in. I don't see it. Fidelity offers webinar sessions. I do about 2 a year. This is Miss Aretha. It's free and I'm trying to get a better understanding. It's a lot to understand. Like I said, I've been dealing with this since the 70s. And not too much changes. It's just so much when you're dealing with money. Hard-earned work money is a lot. Yeah. Let's see what else are y'all saying. Yo-Yo says, Ms.V, I've been a sugar worker over here 7 months. And you know I appreciate you, Yo-Yo. I remember the day you stepped in and I didn't really know you. You were out there partying in the street. That's been almost 2 years ago. Jumped out the truck and just started dancing, y'all. And I knew then, I said, oh, she my kind of people there. She just real. And then one day the trolls were coming in, and I don't think I had but one mod or no mod had come in yet. Yo-Yo said, give it to me. I got him, Miss V, and she been here ever since. That's why I'm at, oh, I see your little stick now. Maybe when you first come in, it doesn't show up, but I see it now. Okay. 7 months as a sugar worker and many more to go. Thank you, Yo-Yo. I appreciate you. We're on our way to 6K, Alex. We are. We're getting closer and closer every day. That's exciting, Ms. V. We're climbing the ladder. Yes, we are. We're gaining more than we're losing. Let's put it that way. And I think we will continue because we're just not going to get into these nightmares of wars out here. We're going to continue on with conversations that's going to benefit somebody. It may not even benefit you, but at least you got enough information to go and talk to your sister who might be in it and tell her, hey, Miss V was talking about Charles Schwab and Fidelity Funds and all this stuff tonight. You need to go out there and you need to you need to go talk to the people and see how you can make some money with your money. Just because you get money, let's just say you get lucky, you go to the casino and you hit $20,000. If you don't do nothing with it, it ain't going to do you no good. You going to blow it. When you could have taken 15 of the 20 and took it up to the people and invested it, and a year later look back and see how much money you made on it, okay? And taking the 5,000 and did what you needed to do to make your life comfortable. Just saying. There's also an E-Trade out there. It has more flexibility within its solo 401k. Offered support both traditional and individual in the 401k plans. There's also a Roth 401k plan. See, I'm throwing all this out there to you. You need to catch it and you need to go to one of these investment firms with it and sit down and let them explain it to you in detail. Just like I think it was Miss Aretha just said. You are able to take out loans also. I personally have had experience with this. I told y'all when I opened up the beauty shop, I borrowed from my 401k the amount I needed to open up the business. I included everything I thought, the street sign, the sign on the building, all of my barber chairs, all of my beauty shop chairs, everything that I needed was included in that money that I borrowed. Okay. But then I also paid myself back the money to not get penalized, because if I had just withdrew the money, I wasn't 59 and a half when I did that. Uncle Sam was coming for me. So I did the smarter thing. You're going to be making money every week. You're going to get a loan that you can afford. I paid myself back within 1 year of opening a brand new business in a city I was unfamiliar. Nobody knew me. I didn't know them. You got to be able to hustle. If you use that mouthpiece for something other than arguing with people and going back and forth with people and make you money, you'd be surprised at what you could do. There are also some pros to this E-Trade. You can choose between traditional Roth contributions. It supports the 401k loans also. All of them, I'm assuming from the research, I only know about Fidelity. That's the only one I've ever been in. My mom was in A.G. Edwards when she retired from teaching school. And what she did is she invested her money into A.G. Edwards, and she got a stipend every month to go with her retirement, because she didn't take a full retirement. She left half of her retirement for my baby sister, because she wasn't on her feet when my mom died. She was just getting out there. I believe she had just bought her first home. Yeah. And so she wanted to make sure that her baby had what the rest of us already had: a decent home to live in, a little money in the bank, and whatever else she needed in life to get her on her feet. Because you got to think she's 12 years behind me. Okay? So she took a stipend, like I said, I think it was about $600 a month back then, and added it with her retirement that she drew for herself. And with the house being paid for, she was able to maintain on that money every month with no problems. The car was paid for, the house was paid for, and everything in it was paid for. And at that time when she retired, she was just like me. She had traveled the world. Every chance she got, she was on a plane going somewhere. Once my dad left, he never traveled with her anyway. He had to be at home. He had to take care of the business. He had to make sure he was there to make money every day. That's what he was all about. He was on his grind. His hustle was farming. So he was making sure he was planting his vegetables so he could sell them to the grocery stores. He was making sure that he was getting his cotton in the field, because that was king. That's where he made the bulk of his money. His corn, his soybeans, that was his four major crops that made the bulk of the money. And back then, I don't know if farmers are cotton farming like they used to. They still making cotton clothes, so somebody's doing it. But he made quite a bit of money in his day with the cotton. So there's also cons. Now you run by Morgan Stanley. So changes are likely high fees for brokers assisted trades, because the E-Trades are run by Morgan Stanley. And if you've been keeping up with any type of investments, you do know what they are all about. Okay, I'm not getting into it, but you can go back and research it, or if you my age or older, you know about them. Okay, there's Vanguard. Now, I have never dealt with Vanguard before either, but it's known for having their own mutual funds and ETFs. Vanguard gives easy access with no trade costs, making the company overall the best choice for mutual funds. So, see, that's what I was trying to tell you in the beginning. You got to know whether you want to invest in mutual funds, index funds, stocks. What do you, or do you want to split it up? I usually did that. I had some stock, but I had some safe investments also, which it didn't matter what. I knew I might not make as much money, but I wasn't going to lose no money either. So the pros to Vanguard is no fee to establish an account. That's another thing. You got to ask them, is it a fee for opening up this account? No commissions or load loan fees to trade with Vanguard. That's a plus. Are Roth contributions allowed? All of them don't have the Roth 401k. Make them explain to you the differences in the 401ks. The cons are annual fee per Vanguard funds are held in the account. So once you get ready to withdraw it, they got to take those fees out of there. They got them in your account making money, but then they're going to take them back from you when you pull the money out. Okay, so you got to watch all of that. Yo has her mod stick. Okay, all right. Hey, Misty. Ms.V, very educational and informative. I try hard to bring you something that's going to benefit you. I'm not just coming out here with lip service every day and, like I tell you, bashing and dogging people out and doxing people and doing all that. That ain't going to help nobody in my chat. And y'all wouldn't be over here if that's what you were looking for. You would be where it is. So if that's what you've gotten used to, then that's what I'm going to try to keep up over here. Yes, 6K, we are on the way. All right there, Yo-Yo. Also, Rhea and Yo-Yo, if y'all want to drop y'all's handle into the chat, you can. I told you, anybody supporting over here can drop their handle into the chat. I've done it from day one. Okay? Congratulations, Yo-Yo. I'm trying to be like you. Carolyn is a nurse, y'all. She is good. She good. Okay, don't let her fool ya. You're welcome, Ms.V. No problem. I will always support my TT. I look up to you. I have learned a lot by being over here. See, that's what I want to hear, okay? That I've shared something with you that's going to benefit you. Okay? I don't want to be a channel that just comes out here and just drag people, and that's all you listen to every day. You don't learn nothing but how to drag a person. Oh, she really drug her today. Let those who do, not me. Okay? Miss Aretha, yes, Miss V, I did that twice. Okay? I borrowed from my 401k too, okay? And that's the easiest way to do it. And it's better off because you're not going through a bank or some type of financial institution. You get it from yourself and paying yourself back. It's a better way to go. Hey, Miss V, just came to send blessings. I haven't been able to come in. I'm on a business trip. Okay. You got to do what you got to do. Make that shmonies. Okay. The transportation industry is changing its rules to stricter. So I'm part of that this week. Take care. Okay. Appreciate that. Auntie, glad you stopped by. So there's Rocket Dollar also. I have never heard of this as an investment firm. It says it's the best for real estate. It allows you to invest in anything you can pay for within a checkbook. That means you can invest in real estate and other non traditional assets while enjoying the investments and the tax advantages of a solo 401k account. Something to look into if you're thinking about investing in a real estate. The pros of it is you can invest in real estate and other alternatives. Support for the 401k loans and Roth contributions. The option for upgraded accounts. The cons are they charge you $15 monthly fee and $360 to set up a basic account. So they just took $375 from you right off the bat of your money. Suppose you went in there with only $1,000 to start your investment. You ain't started with $1,000 because the fees has taken up quite a bit of it. They also charge $30 monthly fee and $600 setup fee for a premium account. That's deep there. I can't afford that one. That's over my head. So I mentioned ETFs. It tracks the average market value. That's all it is. Okay? And it makes you a better investor. Index fund. It's just a grouping of stocks, bonds, and other securities. And it mirrors the performance of the company. That's what an index fund is. And they will explain that to you also when you go into one of these investment firms. There's also Bitcoin ETFs. I don't know nothing about no Bitcoins. I'm just telling you, they're out there. If you're interested, you can research it and go look up the information or get with one of the advisors at one of these investment firms. Mutual funds. It's a simple investment that someone will be watching your money, like the advisor at the firm where you go to invest your money. Because I wanted to make sure y'all knew what those were. It also has shareholders. Let me see if I can explain it to you. Let's just say you get into a mutual fund. That advisor may suggest to 10 people to invest into whatever that mutual fund you are invested in. So each person, every 10 people has one share of the mutual fund. So that means they're dumping more money into it. So you're making more money. And it's traded on the stock exchange. That's all it is. Okay. Let me see. Red says she's speaking to you, T. Milling. Yes, Yo-Yo, I know I have gained a lot of wisdom being a member and a mod on this channel. We love you for that, Ms.V. Thank you for the many days you come out and take your time to educate us. Yeah, because it's definitely not for the money. I don't see myself doing that even if I needed the money. I would go find me a job making more money, okay? But to me, it's something that I get a joy out of sharing knowledge with you, positive information with you that can make you soar in life or escalate up. Nobody wants to stand stagnant in life. You want to see wealth building. You want to see you even being a better person. And that's why I try not to get involved in all of the foolery going on out here, because I have real life situations going on that I have to keep myself above water. The things I'm doing right now, I had husbands in the past that did all this stuff. I had to familiarize myself with even pumping gas. I never had to do that. I do that. I have to do it. Unless it's somebody hanging around the station who want a couple of dollars to put the gas in. Taking care of the tires. I never had to do that before. I took care of what was in the house and in the kitchen and the bathrooms. That was me. Okay? and all this car business, they took care of that. Two of them paid the bills. I contributed the amount I was going to contribute to the household. Usually I bought the groceries. I paid my car note and my car insurance. That's all I was responsible for. And they took care of the rest of it: house insurance, flood insurance, all the stuff. So having to get used to doing it all. It's not that I didn't know how to do it. I'm going to always look over your shoulder if it's something I know I might need to know in the future. Yeah. So I knew how to do it, but it was nothing I wanted to do. But thank God I paid attention. Okay? Also, to make us laugh, I thank you, Queen. Yeah, I can get on one and y'all can just be down on the floor laughing. And I'm saying it being me. Excuse me. Don't have a clue what y'all laughing about. And y'all just falling out on the floor laughing. Those of y'all who may be interested, transport and big trucking now requiring frequent drug tests for contract drivers. Until now, it was upon starting, and if you had an incident occur, keeping streets safe. Well, I don't have a problem with that. I would rather for them to be drug tested out there than driving them big rigs up and down the road, running over folks, messed up in the head. I think that's a good thing, Auntie. Yeah. You can't go wrong with a 401k. It's taken before taxes, yes. So what you pay on taxes is less. Most employers match, and most 401ks have investment plans based on your comfort level. Exactly. That's exactly right. Carolyn retracted her message. Let's see. Alice and Carol, Anna and Ree and Yo-Yo, love to all of you. That's from Auntie Millie. You still downtown Nashville. Can't wait to come back to regular schedule though. I didn't care too much for Nashville. I tell you, my daughter lived there for about, I think it was 5 years, at Antioch, which is right next door to Nashville. Um, but I didn't care for it. It was a little bit too white for me. And Dolly Parton was big there. Dollywood Mall and everything was Dolly, Dolly, Dolly. I like Dolly, but I don't want to hear her every day. I'm gonna put it that way. I like all kinds of music except rap, but it was just a little too white for Ms.V. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. I was ready to get back and see some black folks because I went through a whole mall and I ain't see nobody but me. Now nobody checking at all. Mm-mm. Well, anyway, moving on. Bitcoin is really good now. My son manages mine because I don't really understand all of it. I don't know anything about it, Carolyn, at all. I know it's been around for several years now, and a lot of people have invested in it and made money, but I just never got into it. And then after the husband died, I'm just trying to hold on to what I got and make it last till I'm gone and leave something behind for the children and the grandchildren. Well, child and the grandchildren. Ms.V, my portfolio is mostly high risk. The stock market goes down, but always comes back stronger than ever. If you can afford to leave it in there, you're not going to lose. The only time you're going to lose if it goes down and you take it out when you only bought it for $20 and then you get nervous and it goes down to 15, you just lost $5 on every share. So just leave it alone. Yeah, everything that goes down gonna come back up and vice versa. You got to be patient and you got to be able to be financially stable enough to leave it alone. Alex is agreeing. You can also invest your money. Yes, Carol, very true. Okay. Alex shared and subscribe. I appreciate that. Rez has dropped her handle in the chat. She's my moderator, and this is her handle. Please subscribe to her. Go over and check her out, and I think you'll be happy there also. To donate, you can do so. Miss $ Vietta Brown. All donations are accepted by Ms.V, and they are, and I am grateful for them. Amen, Ms.V. To be great at something, it has to come from the heart. You have to love what you do. It can't just be about money. Money is a plus. Exactly. And you can't let money drive you because it's going to be the root of all evil, controlled and manipulated by the devil. It should be a means of exchange. Okay? You cannot live without it, but be careful how you spend it and what you do with it when you get some. Don't run around trying to act like you got money when you only got a few thousand. And I could spend that in one day. Car insurance, a couple of thousand. Home insurance when I was in the house. Taxes. So that's no money. That would be for people who don't have a home, living in apartments, and just have to pay $20 or whatever for whatever I paid for rentals insurance, okay? Plus having this other stuff insured. Okay, Auntie is gone. Have a good night. All right. So the final verdict is it's never too late to start planning for retirement. And you can still enjoy your 401k retirement savings if you are self employed. By understanding your retirement investments, goals, and needs, you can choose the best company for your own solo 401k. Fidelity is our best offer, or overall pick for tonight because it does not charge any opening or closing fees. And I just told you how high Vanguard's opening and closing fees were. So it was rated the best. There are no annual maintenance fees also, and it offers a wide range of investment choices. Again, I am not going to promote either one of them. I'm going to tell you about them and let them be your choice. A solo 401k is a tax advantage retirement account for self employed business owners. It is the same as large company plans, but limited to just the business owners and their spouse. You can do pre tax and after tax on most of the 401k plans. Your investment choices and costs may vary. The benefits of a 401k plan: tax advantages. The 401k is taken out of your paycheck so you don't miss it because you never see it before the federal income taxes are withheld. You are in control of it. You can take it up, down, the percentages, whatever they let you put in there. Time is on your side. It's never too late. You can take it with you when you leave. And it's easy payroll deductions. Experts recommend investing 10 to 15% of your annual salary in a 401k retirement plan. That's not much. 10 to 15%. That's not very much at all. When you think about it's going to sit there and make money for you, and when you get to retirement, you always have that nest egg sitting there. All righty. The aim is to save, and it should begin by at least 30 or 3 times your salary. It should begin by 30. If you messed up and you didn't do it, start it now. Start it whenever you can. You don't have to think that you have to have thousands of dollars to do it. You can start with 500. You can start with 8,000. Anytime you get your hands on some extra money, start it and build on it. I promise you'll be surprised when you get there. So by the age of 40, they're recommending that you put 6 times. And by the time you are 50, 8 times. Now, this may be hard if you're not making a big salary to do this. This was probably based on 6 digits or more income, or two people in the household working, bringing in two incomes. And by the age of 60, they're recommending 8 times. And then at 67, they're saying you're free to do what you want to do. So your salary is the amount in an employee's W-2, Box 1, wages, tips, and other compensation. It's based on less the reimbursement, fringe benefits, moving expenses, and welfare benefits. So now you know who the investment firms are out there. I mentioned, I think, 4 or 5 of them to you. Pick one, make it your best choice. What is a 401k? We talked about it all night. We've been throwing it out there. Let me sum it up for you. And how does it work? Tax advantage retirement plan that is set up and managed by an employer you hired. Basically, you put money into the 401k where it can be invested and potentially grow tax-free over time. In most cases, you choose how much money you want to contribute to your 401k based on a percentage of your income. The 401k helps you plan for the future. It's a retirement plan. The 401k also has a loan, which we hit on. And that loan will allow you to borrow money from your 401k account. Qualifying retirement plans such as the 401 or 403, B. The 401k loans have certain benefits over other types of financing, including lower interest rates and the ability to access the funds without triggering a credit check. It's another good thing you might have never thought of. Because most things, when you borrow, they're going to pull your credit. And every time they pull it, it brings it down. How do you get your money from a 401k? When you're leaving the money in the plan, transfer it to an IRA. Withdrawing a lump sum, converting it into an annuity, or taking required minimum distributions at age 73. They have upped everything since I retired. 65 to 68 was the number. Now they're talking about 73. So I don't know if that's based on they have found out that people are living longer or what. But they keep taking the retirement age and things that you do with your money up, up, up. Can you cash out on your 401k if you leave the job? Legally, you have every right to liquidate your old 401k account and receive a cash distribution upon termination. Doing so would reduce your savings for retirement. Additionally, the distribution will increase your annual taxable income. Because if you withdraw, you're going to have to lump that money on top of your yearly salary. So let's just say you made $50,000 last year. And you went in and you pulled out $100,000. Your salary for that year is $150,000. It's not $50,000. Because you got to lump that money on top of what you made, which is going to put you in a higher tax bracket. You're going to pay more money for it, and you're also going to get penalized if you're not at the age you can withdraw it. Something to think about. Do you lose your 401k if you get fired? Your contributions, your employer's vested contributions, and their earnings belong to you. Even if you get fired, you can leave them in your old employee's plan, or you can also roll them over into money market accounts, stocks, bonds, E-trades, all of the things that we name with an investment advisor until you're ready to cash out. Okay? So this has been my commentary on the 401k tonight. I hope that I have given you enough information for you to want to go and see what it's all about, because you can build more wealth faster than you can any other way with that. And it's easy because you don't see it. They taking the money out before you get it. And it's sitting there waiting on you when you reach that age of retirement. You don't have to worry about, oh, I got to sell this house. Not because I want to downsize, but because I need the money. Okay? There's a difference. So a lot of careful planning has to start now for the future, is all I'm saying. Please hit the like button for me. Thank you, Elaine, for your donation. I did not see it. I'm sorry. Thank you, Rez, for picking it up, because I still don't see it. Ms.V, I sent a cash app and it's in Jones, which is my maiden name. Don't want to confuse you. Okay, I really appreciate that, Elaine, and any other donations that are received over here. Very informative. Thank you so much. And you're certainly welcome, Miss Aretha. And any topics, like I always tell y'all, that y'all want to talk about, you can drop them in the comments after the live is over, or you can email me at vetbmom@gmail.com, and I'll get them and I'll start doing my research in order to bring them out here and we can discuss them. Enjoyed the chat and info tonight. Time to lay it down. I know that's right. It's getting close to me, but I normally don't go to bed. It's somewhere between 10 and 11. 11 is the breakdown. My eyes start shutting down on me because I wake up at 4. See y'all tomorrow. Good night, all, and the same to you, Carolyn. I hope you are feeling better with your hand and that it heals really, really soon, because that can be very painful, especially when you use your hands to do everything. Let's see. Misty, thank you, ma'am. Enjoy your evening. Same to you, Misty. Tajisti, it's the same in Canada. If you start receiving your pension earlier than 60, the monthly amount you'll receive will be smaller. It jumped. If you decide to start later, 70, you will receive a larger monthly. Okay, so it's working the same way. Rez, thank you so much, Ms.V. This was amazing as usual, and you are more than welcome. Y'all, for those content creators who have supported over here and that dropped their links, please hit the link and subscribe to their pages also. I'd appreciate it. You leave an employer and have a 401k, please roll over to another 401k or traditional IRA. If not, it will count as income. Exactly. That's what I was just saying. And you'll be penalized for taking the funds out too soon because you're not of age. Okay, y'all, I've passed my hour. I don't like to stay on longer than an hour. I really appreciate those who have come in and chatted with me tonight. Hopefully, this information will help you to acquire some generational wealth or help you with your retirement plans. Take care, everyone, and have a blessed night. And I will see y'all tomorrow. I'm going down tomorrow to Sharita, so hopefully you can meet Sharita tomorrow as she finishes up my hair. That will be tomorrow evening. And if I can tomorrow, I know I got to go get the oil change. I'll come on at 10 if I can find the time to come on. All right. Good night to all, and to all a good night. Be blessed. Love you much. I'm out.